Third grade, welcome back as we continue Poetry Month. We are going to do a lesson on something that I think that a lot of you are going to like, especially if you like riddles. Before we get started, let's take a look at a poem, Glitter Picture. Shiny speckles, flashing freckles, tiny blinking treasure twinkles, shower from my shaker in a starry stream of winking sprinkles, drizzle on my picture in a glinting glowing gust, as I sing and scatter glitter, dazzled by its diamond dust. Look at how the author arranged these words on the page, like glitter falling down onto the paper. Today, we are going to do rhyming riddles, also known as hinky pinkies. So what is a hinky pinky and how do you make one? Well, like I just told you, a hinky pinky is nothing more than a rhyming riddle. Here are two resources for you to help you in starting your own hinky pinky. It is a step-by-step process that'll be much easier if you take it one step at a time. So you are going to start by choosing two words, and those two words must rhyme. Those two words that rhyme are going to be your answer. And here they're giving you an example, absurd blackbird. Remember, they need to rhyme and go together, even if they're silly. It's okay for it to be silly. And it doesn't necessarily even need to make sense. They need to rhyme and they need to go together so that you can make a clue, because that's your next step, is to make a good clue that describes your answer, because that's how your reader is going to try and guess what your answer is. So if we go back to the example of absurd blackbird, the question you could ask, what is a crazy flying animal? And hopefully that will help them come to your answer of absurd blackbird. The next thing that you'll need to do is that make sure your answer matches your clue to your hinky pinky, which is just your rhyming riddle. And then the last thing that you need to do is draw a picture that fits what your clue is without giving your answer away. You might be able to give a few more hints about your answer, but you don't want to give your answer away. So what is a hink pink for a purple gorilla? A grape ape. Here are word lists. Now, you don't have to use these, but if you want to look one-syllable words, you would then say, what is a hink pink for? Because that's a one-syllable word as well. If you're going to use two-syllable words, you're going to say, what is a hinky pinky for? And then your two rhyming words. And if you want to use a three-syllable word, you'll need to pick two, and then you would say, what is a hinkety pinkety for, with your two rhyming words. And there is a template or an outline for you to do your clue. Whatever your clue is, it will go right here. And then your answer will go down here. But I'm going to show you something about your answer at the very end here. So here are some examples. What is a hinky pinky for a horrible breakfast food? There's the picture that they drew. They're giving you some clues. And look at how they wrote their answer. They wrote it upside down so that it's not easily read by the reader, so that they can't just look down there and get the answer. You want your reader to try and guess. And the answer for what is a hinky pinky for a horrible breakfast food? An awful waffle. Awful and waffle are two-syllable words, so they used hinky pinky. If it was a one-syllable word, they would have said, what is a hink pink? And if it was a three-syllable word, they would have said, what is a hinkety pinkety? Another example, what is a hinky pinky for falling buildings? Because they used hinky pinky, I know that it's going to be a two-syllable word. So now I want to look at the clue, falling buildings. Does my picture help at all? What is a hinky pinky for falling buildings? The answer is a tower shower. The tower is falling down and showering on them. Pretty cute. What is a hinky pinky for a cheap vegetable? Uh-oh, they're giving us a good clue here. Look at all of these clues. Look at this clue. What is a hinky pinky for a cheap vegetable? A nickel pickle. So I challenged myself to try one. So here's the last example with the one I tried. So my rhyming riddle, I used 3-syllable words, so I had to use hinkety pinkety. I chose the 2 words that I wanted to use for my answer. I thought of a clue that would help you guess my answer. And the answer to my riddle is upside down. And like I told you before, it's so that the reader can't easily read it. You want the reader to try and guess it first before they look down and see if their answer was correct or not. And then I do a picture. So my clue is, what is a hinkety pinkety for a kind of monster all twisted together? There's my picture. I'm hoping that this helps you get at least one of the words, and then you would try and have to think of a word that rhymes with the clues twisted together. My answer is an intertwined Frankenstein. You go ahead and go back to the word lists or use your own. Pick 2 words that rhyme and think of a clue, draw a picture, and then make sure you write your answer upside down so that your reader can't easily see the answer. Our closing poem, With My Hands. When I make something new, I am never the same. I can never go back to the person I was, but the thing that I made is a part of me now. I changed it. It changed me. I am different because I brought a new something to life with my hands. If you are a maker, then you understand. And you have all been makers. You have been makers in creating all of these different types of poems that I'm challenging you to make. Some of them have been easy, some of them have been a little harder, but I do appreciate you trying your very best and giving your best effort. I can't wait to see what your rhyming riddle is. Is it going to be a hink pink, a hinky pinky, or a hinkety pinkety? I'm excited to see.